Without further ado, let's go to Johnson Schmidt from the Jackson Oregon Beavers.
Okay, good to go. Always great to get started. A lot of work put in really year round, but finished up a training camp and now headed toward an opponent. So it's an exciting time getting there. Got a bunch of respect for this opponent, San Jose State, Brent Brennan, that staff, what they've been able to build and compete at a high level for year in and year out. Was impressed watching them against USC. And they got some players. The quarterback is dangerous. That can make a lot of things happen. Good passer of the football, but also his ability to extend and do that. So definitely a stiff challenge to start. I think I haven't talked to you since we've announced our captains. We're really proud of the group of guys that were voted by the team to represent us that way, with Tolley and Joshua Gray and Hodge, Levingood, Katan Oladapo. It was another impressive, in my mind, year. A lot of guys on the team got votes. There was a lot of guys in double-digit votes that were close to it, but those guys did separate, and we're going to need their leadership as we go through this season. Looking forward to it. So we're into game week and we're preparing. Just a day late, just because we're playing on a Sunday, and so we're into the rhythm and preparation, starting with a normal kind of a Tuesday practice tomorrow. Questions?
I guess my start. Why DJ?
Yep. His body of work throughout, he just continued to get better and better. I do think there was a separation. We had two big scrimmages, and he played the best in those two. I do think we've got other guys in that room that can compete and help us win games. But I think the separator in our minds was really those two scrimmages.
And then what do you do for the backup? Is it that close? They're right together, or are there decisions to be made?
Yes, decision to be made, because it is close, and we feel like we're going to take this week of work and kind of make that call closer to game time. Obviously, Ben, proven commodity, knows how to win games, and then Aiden's got some real talent, and he's continued to impress. So we're going to let those guys get some reps for the week and make a call.
How is your confidence? Is it raised at all in terms of being able to make plays down the field without having played the game yet?
Yeah, we put a lot of work into it. I'm anticipating us to be able to do some of that, but you find out when it's for real come game time, and so we'll see what it looks like on Sunday. We're going to need to do that, I think, just looking at the season in general, but start with San Jose. We're going to need to be explosive, score enough, playing a really talented quarterback, so it's vitally important.
Coach, what sort of advantage do you think you guys have going into this week off? Like getting a chance to watch San Jose State last week against USC. What did you see from them that you really thought that potentially you guys may be able to game plan for them, and how do you guys feel heading into week one?
Yeah, I think there's some advantages of being able to see their first game on tape. I think there's some disadvantages of them, getting their first game and the kinks and the mechanics that come with that, working through that. And so usually you make a huge jump in improvement from week one to week two. And so for us, we're headed into week one, they're going into week two. I think being able to see them on tape, compete at a high level against a really good football team. They went toe-to-toe with those guys for a long time. A couple of plays separated the game. But they had our attention, but it raised our urgency, recognizing how good a football team this is.
Coach, what do you remember about the 2021 performance that Cordero had against you guys? And also, how do you think he handled that USC defense?
Yeah, remember in 21, him making plays, extending it, throwing it well, and he's just built on all the experience he's had. He's turned into a good decision maker with the ball, and again, he's tough to defend because of his athleticism, and so he's got a lot to him as a quarterback.
At that other inside linebacker spot, Hart grabbed that spot. What did you see from him in camp that made that decision?
Yep, that was competitive too. His physicality, his continued grasp of the defense, he got a lot of opportunities with that. You're going to see more than just Easton and Calvin out there, but to start the game, he earned that.
And the losses on defense, where do you see the leadership at this point in the season? Has that emerged, or is that still something that you're looking for?
It's emerged. I mean, Katan back there has played a lot of football. Achilles played a lot of football on the back end. We definitely lost some production and leadership on the defense and offensive side, but defense in particular. And so now time will tell as this season goes, but with Catan and Keeley kind of heading it up in the back end.
How do you feel about the differences opening on the road, your first game as opposed to a home game? I mean, other than flying down, what are the, is there any?
Yeah, I mean, it's ideal in my mind to play in Research Stadium. So anytime I get the option to do it, but you know, if you're going to be a good football team, you got to find ways to win on the road. I think there's learning experience for a non-conference game because you get into conference, we're going to play half our games on the road. So all that's positive. It's good because we got plenty of new player that hasn't done a ton with us on the road that'll experience that and stand locked in, and it creates some adversity early in the season to learn from.
There are a lot of ex-Beavers on the coaching staff. Have you worked with them in the past? I mean, because they've been a while since they've been here.
Right. Not ex-Beavers, I haven't. You know, I know a lot of these guys. Josh was here when we arrived 6 years ago, Oglesby, the O-line coach, and he got an opportunity pretty quickly, but worked with him for a short amount of time. But no Lyle, no Brent, obviously pretty well, and those guys probably the best out of the crew.